Have you ever just looked at your dog and wondered what's really going on in that furry little head of theirs? I mean, you know they love you, but is it something deeper? How can you really know if your dog sees you, not the house, but you, the person, as their actual home? Well, today we're going to break down the surprising and sometimes totally counterintuitive signs that you are your dog's true north. Okay, so to really get this, we have to start by asking the right question. When we think of home, we picture a physical place, right? Four walls, a roof, our favorite spot on the couch. But for a dog, we've got to flip that script. What does home even mean to them? And this really nails the difference. A house? That's just a building. It's a location on a map. But a home, for a dog, is a feeling. It's this deep down sense of safety, a feeling of belonging. And most importantly, it's an attachment to a person. It's an emotional anchor, not a physical. And this right here is the heart of it all. Think about shelter dogs. Studies have shown they are way less stressed, even in a noisy, chaotic kennel, if they can just bond with one specific person. That person becomes their safe harbor. It proves that the relationship is what grounds them, not the building they're in. So, if home is a person, how do they show us? Well, it all starts with building that foundation of trust, where you become their emotional anchor. All right, let's kick things off with a sign that's probably going to sound totally backwards at first. I mean, in the human world, if someone sleeps with their back to you, you might think something's wrong. But in the canine world, this is one of the biggest compliments your dog could ever give you. And that's because for a dog, trust is all about making themselves vulnerable. Think about it. They're animals with ancient survival instincts. So for them to feel safe enough to literally turn their back and not keep an eye on you, that means they have zero doubt that you are not a threat. You are their certified safe zone. This whole thing goes way back to their wild ancestors. In a wolf pack, members sleep in a circle, covering all directions to watch for predators. So when your dog turns their back to you, they're basically saying, I've got this direction covered and I completely trust you to watch my back. It's the ultimate team move. This idea of vulnerability as a language is so important. And it doesn't just stop when they're asleep. Let's look at another surprising sign of trust that builds on this exact same idea. Yeah, it's not just about sleeping. You've probably seen this. Your dog hops on the couch, ignores you, and just plants their back firmly against your leg. That's not them being aloof or giving you the cold shoulder. That's a quiet moment of shared confidence. They're reinforcing that connection, saying, we're a pack. I feel safe with you. Okay, you're ready for another major mythbuster? This one's all about the security that comes with space and why sometimes a dog that's less clingy might actually be a dog that trusts you more. We've all heard the term Velcro dog, right? The ones that follow you into the bathroom, that are basically your shadow. And look, especially when you first get a dog, that can absolutely be a sign of a strong bond forming. But it's not the whole picture. So here's the twist. What happens when your dog starts following you less? It's easy to think, oh no, are they losing interest in me? But it can actually be a sign of an even deeper, more mature level of trust setting in. There's actually a scientific concept for this, called proximity regulation. Basically, as a dog gets more and more secure in their bond with you, they don't need to constantly check in. They don't need that physical reassurance every second, because their confidence in you lets them be a little more independent. So what this really boils down to is this. They aren't pushing you away. They're showing you how secure they feel. They just know you're their home base, and they have total faith you'll be there when they need you. It's like they can finally relax because they know they're already home. Okay, so let's take this idea of you being their secure base and apply it to more stressful situations. Times when you truly become their safe harbor. Look, any dog will come running if they hear the treat bag crinkle. That's a transaction. But what happens when fireworks go off or there's a huge clap of thunder? If their first instinct is to run to you, they're not looking for food. They're looking for safety. The place they run when they're scared, that's their home. And this isn't just a hunch. There's some really cool science that backs this up. A landmark study came out in 2013, and it found that dogs experience something called the secure base effect. And as you can see, it is remarkably similar to how human babies interact with their parents. When their trusted person is around, they feel confident enough to explore, but the second they get scared, they retreat right back to that person, their secure base. Your dog is also constantly looking to you to figure out how to react to the world. You're their emotional barometer. If a loud truck rumbles by and they see that you're totally calm and unfazed, it sends them a powerful signal. Everything's okay. There's no threat here. Your calm tells them they're safe. All right, let's get into our final section, where we look at the most profound signs of loyalty, the things that really show that ultimate bond has been forged. Have you ever noticed your dog lets out a big stretch right after you do, or yawns just a second after you yawn? That is not a coincidence. A 2021 study on canine social cognition found that tightly bonded dogs often synchronize their behaviors with their humans. They'll even adjust their sleep schedules to match yours. It's a subconscious form of mirroring that says, we're in this together. But now we get to what might be the most powerful, the most undeniable sign that your dog sees you as home. It's when they willingly put up with something they absolutely despise, just because it's for you. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Think about bath time, or getting their nails clipped. That moment where they give you that look, that side eye of pure dread, but they let you do it anyway. They step into the tub because their trust in you is bigger than their fear of the water. That's not just love. That is home-level loyalty. So from turning their back on you while they sleep to bravely facing the dreaded bathtub, our dogs have this rich, subtle language to tell us that we are their safe place, their comfort, their person, their home. So as we wrap this up, I'll leave you with this question to think about. What home signals does your dog send you?